6th episode of the Brave News channel. I am your host, Shali, and we're here with Risky.
Hello.
Alright, and this is the show that's going to bring you all of the hottest information about our awesome application, Brave Frontier Global, available to you on iOS, Android, Amazon devices, as well as Windows Phone. And today, we are going to be celebrating the 4th anniversary of Brave Frontier Global. Woo! Congratulations!
We are going to get a lot of exciting news.
Yes, there's some very exciting stuff actually. So we're really excited to show this to you guys and share with you all of the information that we have today. So let's get to it. Yes? All right, so for the Brave updates, starting off with the new Summoner Avatar map, Saint Creek.
Finally.
Yes, and if I'm not mistaken, it's also the last Summoner Avatar map, which means that the story of Brave Frontier is legitimately concluded. Like, this is the very last bit of story that you're going to get out of Brave Frontier 1, and then the story will continue some years later on Brave Frontier 2. Now, so make sure that you clear it all the way up to here so you know exactly how the story develops before moving on to, the second part of the game, whatever that is.
Yeah, there is this sort of animated comic on the Japanese channel that we have. Yeah. So probably users can, take a look at that as well.
Right, I'm not sure if...
Translation.
We're working on translating it because that's the problem.
Yeah.
It's already up in the Japanese channel where they host our videos for global as well. The problem with that is that it's not translated into English, so people can go watch it and they can get like an idea of what is happening and maybe recognize some of the characters like Tillith, who's very easily recognizable. But the story itself is going to be a little bit hard to understand if you don't know Japanese. But we're working on it. We're going to get you guys that the translation so that you can all experience the amazingness that is that, like, I want to say live motion manga. It's really hard to explain. It's basically like if manga was moving in front of your eyes, not like anime. Anime is like a full fledged animation. This one is more like flash
type of manga.
Yeah. All right, well, back to Saint Creek, because that's what we were discussing. Okay, and the map details. Again, this is going to be the last map of the Summoner Avatar mode. It's going to be for a total of 6 areas. And you're going to get, of course, a total of 6 gems, because there's 1 for each area. So, use them wisely, because after this, getting gems might be a little bit tricky if you're not willing to spend some money. And then it's going to have the next Summoner Avatar weapon, which, is it the last Summoner Avatar weapon?
Or
is it just the next one?
Should be the
okay, we'll say next for now because I'm not entirely sure. But it's called Ex Deus Gladius. And the SBB for this one is called Grand Culmination. I'm going to give you a rundown of what it does. It's a 20 combo powerful elemental attack, whatever element you have chosen, On all foes, the damage is relative to remaining HP. It activates an elemental barrier, again, depending on what element you have chosen. It hugely boosts attack, defense, and rec for 3 turns. It enormously boosts critical hit rate and BB attack for 3 turns as well. It gives you a slight damage reduction from elemental types for 1 turn, and then 50% damage reduction as well.
This is clearly for the hard content.
Yes, this is what we've all been waiting for. The one weapon that does everything, basically. I'm still struggling to just get the katana from the 3rd map's bonus dungeon. I am so terrible at this mode. It takes so much work to get your summoner to the level that you want it to be. So I'll get there eventually. I'm gonna get there. All right, so let's move on to our new Omni evolutions. And the first one that we have is Rinon, which I think a lot of people were very excited when she was first released, just because she's got this little cutesy vibe. And not only that, but she's also a great healer. She's got very good restorative skills and abilities. So here you have her in her Omni form. She looks like the Pope. I don't know how else to describe it. She's got the Pope hat. Yeah, she's a full-fledged.
And she's taller.
What would you call her? Priestess?
Yeah. Bishop.
Yeah. I mean, I really like it. It's a very elegant design. It definitely fits the mold that she had already been building before that. Of course, Rinon is one of the people who helped Ark in his mission against the forces of evil. Rinon was actually runner-up for Oracle Maiden before Ilya took her spot. Rinon was like, okay, fine, you can have it. I don't want to like fight about it. And then Ilya was actually made the Oracle Maiden, but Rinon came pretty close. So the story would have been perhaps a lot different if Rinon had been made Oracle Maiden. Unfortunately, I don't know if this Omni Evolution is playing out that storyline. I don't know if this is her, had she been the Oracle Maiden. You guys will just have to find out. But I really do enjoy her design. She looks very good. All right, moving on to Yuura. Yuura is a very interesting character just because he's one of the few necromancers that we have in the game. And I don't know if you guys know what a necromancer is, but a necromancer is a person with the ability to control the dead. Either the physical body of the dead or the souls of the dead. I think it's more of the physical body. But it's kind of sad because the last thing that you hear from Yuura is that he has already died in battle. And he's using his own necromancer abilities to bring himself back from the dead to keep on fighting. So he is, again, a very, very interesting character who I think is well deserving of an Omni Evolution because he's one of the few characters that was released in the recent, like, well, it's not recent anymore, but you know, not so old batches that can still get his BB or SBB like to max. Which is, I think, really rare. Like since the era of Lilith, I think it's become like less and less that we see these characters. So Yuura has that very handy, you know, just spam SBB, all day long. And I think his Omni Evolution actually looks a lot less menacing than his like 7-star evolution. I think it's the eyes. He's got a little shine going on. You know, again, like I said before, in the 7-star, he's kind of already like, he's gone, he's dead. So you can't really see the soul within because there's nothing in there. But here he looks like he's pretty lively. You can see shine in his eyes. He's ready to do battle. He's got this giant coffin behind him with a bunch more, you know, dead things coming out of it. So I'm excited to see what he can do. What do you think, Risky, of Yuura?
I really like this kind of like, you know, cool design with like, you know, like he's like challenging the opponent like with his pose like.
Oh yeah, he's ready.
Fight.
Exactly. Bring it on.
Yeah.
Bring it on. Yes.
It's awesome.
Exactly. Very, very cool. I love the chains breaking as well. That's just a sign that he's gonna come get you. All right, and moving on to our third evolution, Omni Evolution. Here we have Balgran. And Balgran is a mysterious character just because you never get to see his face throughout his evolutions, but in his Omni Evolution you finally get to see his face. And if you've been following Balgran's story, then you'll notice that he resembles a little lady by the name of the Oracle Maiden because that happens to be his sister, I believe his little sister. And the reason why Balgran stayed alongside Ark and Rinon and Yuura and the others is because he wanted to protect his sister Ilya. And now you see him in his full glory. He's quite a good-looking guy. I approve of Balgran. It's just really hard to imagine that you know, tiny person is inside that huge chunk of armor, you know? Like, can you imagine the amount of strength that you need to move around in something like that?
It's kind of similar to like the Zelban lines.
Yes.
Kind of like they are behind the big armors and you know, when the moment they reveal themselves, they are, you know, pretty much
they're just like one of us. Well, I mean, it is nice when someone like finally reveals their face and they happen to be good looking. It's a good surprise. It's a nice surprise, but they don't have to be. It's just interesting to see who's behind the mask because sometimes we never get to know. Like Farzan. He's just keeping that mask forever. We're never gonna know who he is. You know, we heard it straight from Takahashi-san. So, but I like it. I think it's a very interesting design. Like the weapon that he has, I'm not entirely sure of what it is. Honestly, it's like
it's kind of like double halberd or something.
I guess so, but then again, it kind of looks like a giant axe to me.
Right, but you can always like, you know, attack with the.
Oh yeah, you can attack with the butt of the axe, right? And I mean, it's spiky, so you can still do a lot of damage, but it's just really kind of hard to tell exactly what it is. Because if you look at his 7-star evolution, even then it's kind of like, what is that thing?
But if you notice that, I mean, like, the pose is completely like opposite.
Yes,
from
it is.
the 7-star, so the 7-star is showing that he's more on defensive side, while
now he's like, on the offense. best defense is an offense? Or is it the other way around? Is it the best offense is the defense?
Okay.
Don't quote me on that. It's one of them. All right, and then the last Omni evolution that we have is Behemoth, who has come a very, very long way since like 2-star, 3-star evolution or something like that. And I mean, he's huge.
Yes.
He's just huge. One thing that we do need to note before we go into like the visuals and people start asking why would Behemoth get an Omni evolution?
It's like out of the blue.
Right. Well, this actually happens to be a very special case. In the Japanese version of BNC, as you would call it, or like other promotional videos that they make for the Japanese version, there is this very famous comedian called Gorgeous. And Gorgeous kind of looks like a pirate with a star on his, I believe, his left eye. Yeah, and he has been doing Brave Frontier since like the dawn of time. Like ever since Brave Frontier came out, he has been playing non-stop. He's actually known in the community as the king of Brave Frontier. And Behemoth happens to be Gorgeous's favorite unit. And so because it is his favorite unit, Takahashi-san said, you know what, Gorgeous, you deserve this. We're going to make Behemoth Omni Evolution just for you. So here you go, enjoy. And then Behemoth got his Omni Evolution. So
and he's pulling a Mifune again.
Exactly. This Behemoth is pulling a Mifune because his evolution that you see here, the previous one, is actually a 6-star. And now he's got all these like spheres around him that I'm not even sure what they are. I mean, I guess they're like sources of power.
Sort of.
And then he's got like a tower of like electricity like on his back. And nice nails, by the way.
Very well manicured.
Exactly. So what do you think of this designer scheme?
Well, I think the mix of organic and you know, like machine kind of like designs, I always like fans of it. But this unit has been, you know, cool looking since the beginning.
Right.
And now I think Elim give like you know, a justice to him because from what I checked in the Japanese version, this unit has the highest attack possible.
Oh wow.
Well,
okay.
As a trade-off, he has a very low defense.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
so like one punch and maybe you're done.
And so he's not meant to be for, you know, the unit that is to be used in like trials or long battles.
Right.
But it is like a one punch. Yes.
Yeah, like Frontier Hunter might be a good place to use this unit if you just need to go to the next like level. I see. Yeah. Okay, well, you know, very interesting story behind Behemoth. Loving the skull shoulder pads going on there.
It's really cool.
Yeah. So yeah, congratulations to Behemoth for, you know, having friends in high places, huh? All right. Well, that does it for our Brave updates. Please stick around for our next quarter.
All right, moving on to the next, you know, Brave Frontier 4th anniversary update. Then we have the second half highlights this time.
Yes,
a lot of exciting things, something new as well, something really new.
Okay, really new. Looking forward to it.
So let's start with the first one. We have the UOC coming back.
Oh!
But this time around, we are going to throw in the limited time units.
Oh snap!
Okay, with the notes, it's only the festive limited time units.
Only festive ones.
So the seasonal unit like Christmas, Easter,
and
sort of, Halloween.
So like Ravenna and them wouldn't be in there. I mean, but they're Halloweenish. Oh no, but were they Valentine? They were Valentine.
No, yeah, they were Valentine. So
they count?
We will have the full list of it. Yeah, we will have the full list of it,
right.
like you know, pretty soon. Once we announce the UOC. But just this time around, you'll be able to like select all those past limited edition unit, especially on that is released on the holiday period. Yeah, so we will exclude all the collaboration because we can't release it anymore.
So no Miku's, no Terry's, no Natsu's. Okay.
But yeah, you'll be able to get, you know, like to choose one of the holiday units. So stick around for the announcement later on through our forums or on the Facebook.
Okay, sounds good.
So
that is
do you think
very different.
Any particular holiday unit that you really want?
Well, I've always kind of like wanted them all, And my favorite season is Halloween, but I do have, I think, all of them except for the Not the pumpkin guy, the guy with the scythe.
Yeah, Galtier.
Is that his name? Okay. I tried so hard to summon him, and I never got him. So I might go for that, but at the same time, this is like a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. So it might be best to actually do some like research and see what it is that you're missing in your current squad, and try to actually choose something that will help you in the long run to clear the rest of the content in Brave Frontier. So.
Yeah, as you can see, I think you know, as every time we have this UOC, users always creating like a thread, like you know, like discussion thread.
Everybody gets Xion at the same time.
Which UOC you should choose?
That was me. I totally did it.
Well,
sorry.
I didn't. I think I got like Regil at the time because I got Xion from Raja. So.
Oh, I didn't get him. See, I tried summoning for him, and he wasn't happy with me. So I was just like, okay, fine, I'll get you the hard way. So I sacrificed my unit of choice for Xion. It was worth it though. Yeah, so worth it. So worth it.
Well, so stay tuned for this very special UOC coming very soon in the
really
second
looking
half.
forward to that. That's really exciting.
It's going to be between November 1st to November 30th.
Okay. Just in time for like that holiday season starting. Nice, nice.
Okay, moving on to the next special update for the second half of Brave History. We have the Vortex Arena Electrical Showdown coming. So as usual, we will have like a new sphere.
Airwing, yeah, I guess that's how you would say that. You know, I stopped trying to say things correctly a long time ago. Brave Frontier has so many like strange names everywhere. So, you know, who knows?
And well, and we have, as usual, the two formats of spheres, Airwing and the Fulgur.
Fulgur, yeah. Fulgur, I actually know. That's Latin for thunder, so that one actually I know how to say. So.
All right, and as usual, we will be having the event bazaar as well. So you fight your way, you know, grind in the Vortex Arena, get the dual tokens, exchange it for the limited time Omni plus boost materials.
Swell.
And this time around, we will have all those items be refreshed as well.
Awesome, awesome.
So yeah. For this, and the next announcement, we will be having a guild raid new season. So I think some users were asking where was the guild raid. I think we skip it for 1 month, but yeah, it's coming again now.
Awesome.
So we'll be having the guild raid season 8. This the special 4th anniversary edition.
Okay.
There will be premium anniversary mystery chests on the exchange hall.
Okay.
And you will also get, you know, have a chance to get the past season's trophy units from the anniversary mystery chest.
Nice.
So Durun, Sis, Sylvan, Desit, Ravia, and Savay. Savay, everyone's favorite as well.
No, Ravia's. I mean, Savay is good and he's like pretty and all, but Ravia is like way better.
And there's a special things happening as well for this guild raid season, because the past season's trophy units will also be available for a limited time in the new guild event bazaar.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So this is like a brand new bazaar.
So new kind of token for the guild raid.
So you can get potentially 2 units.
Yep.
Either past or present from Braid.
Right.
Okay, then I would get Ravi and Savay. There you go.
It's a good thing.
That solves my problem.
Try your luck first on the mystery chest, then you can decide what to exchange.
Okay.
And yep, so there will be special token from season 8 onwards. So do, you know, like if you haven't been in the guild raid for a while, you know, do come back and gather your friends for guild, and then, you know, get this special token as well for the new exchange.
Sounds good.
And the final announcement that is a surprise for everyone as well.
Surprise!
The pudding sisters.
The pudding sisters.
The pudding sisters.
You may know them as
Nyami
and Nyala. Welcome Nyala Omni.
Welcome Nyala Omni.
And this is one of my favorite designs so far. I must say that I was one of the people to actually like push for this design.
You were actually the one that pushed for this design.
Because it's just too cool looking. To be quite honest with you.
What do you call again? Hanya mask?
Yeah, this is a Hanya. If you actually look up the story of the Hanya, it doesn't really have much to do with Nyala's storyline at all. Right. But the point of Nyala having this was just to give her this, you know, Nyami is quite obviously a ninja in her Omni form at least, and she has this kind of like Japanese theme going on to her design, and to keep in line with the Japanese theme of her design, her big sister Nyala also has been made into, you know, this like ninja type of warrior. However, you know, she's not the cutesy type. That's all like Nyami's gig. That's her gig. So Nyala is the stronger, more aggressive, more assertive type. And this Hanya, I think, portrays that sense of like intimidation that you know you can obviously see from like Nyala's expression alone and the sprite. So
come here, I'll kill you.
Yeah. So again, if you're wondering why it is a Hanya, the Hanya doesn't necessarily have anything to do story-wise, but just visually, we thought that it. Well, I thought, okay, let's be real, I thought that it was like really,
if you don't
really
like it,
cool looking.
Sure.
Yeah, if you don't like it, you can totally blame me. This is totally on me. But I absolutely love this design, and the animation for the attack is so awesome. Like, oh my god. I can't begin to describe. This is kind of like a dream puncher. Like if I were a unit, I would want to be Nyala at this point. It's so cool. I totally love it. But what do you think, Risky? What?
Well,
what do you think of
I'm a sucker for anything, you know, Japanese culture and stuff. So yeah. I agree with this design.
Okay.
Like, it's cool. It's cool.
I got the okay from the producers, so nothing else matters. I did it, guys.
Well, anyway, I think this kind of shows how much the team loves, you know, Nyala. And I mean, the first time Nyala was released, she was unfortunately being put side by side with Azurai, and you know, like Azurai has to get an Omni, but you know, you can't really make two Omnis at the same time at that time. So you know, everyone's like, oh, Nyala has a good design, but she's wasted.
She didn't get enough recognition when she was first released, but now it's her time.
There you go, guys.
And I think she looks amazing. And you know, to set off her really intimidating image, she even has that little cat on the side to make sure that you don't forget that she is, after all, Nyami's big sister. So.
All right, so those are, you know, the exciting updates for the anniversary, 4th anniversary. But we still have one more thing to update you guys, which is the brand new characters for the Vortex Arena, the light version of Vortex Arena.
Brand new, because we never did a light or dark Vortex Arena before, so.
There you go, we have Fiona. So there's not so much story information that I have now for this unit, but as you can see, she's very fairy. Butterflies.
Yes, definitely. I mean, I think it's very appropriate of a light unit. The light units always have this kind of like ethereal sense to them, like they are not fully human. They're always kind of like a plane above us mere mortals. And obviously she's giving like these butterfly type of like vibes, kind of like Ensataya and like Junoseto in a way. But I think she looks amazing. I love the way that the colors, you know, the gradient of the colors, they are very kind of like, I want to say holographic looking, which is what you think about when you think of something like clear or like, you know, light when it reflects, exactly.
Kind of feeling.
Yeah, so I really, really am very surprised and impressed by this design, because I feel like it's very unlike any other units we've had in the past. So yeah, she's beautiful.
True, yeah, and just to the note on this, this is still a draft at the moment.
Right.
Yeah, so it's still a bit rough.
Not final.
Yeah, not final. But as you guys can see, we call it the Lost Wing series. All the Vortex Arena units are the Lost Wing series.
Right.
They follow the same idea that there's a certain part that of this unit that is corrupted.
Right.
So we don't know exactly yet. We don't have the full story yet. But as you can see, a little bit of her clothes is a bit torn here and there.
Right.
Yeah, like the skirt and.
Yeah, I
so
think
it's a little bit like, you know,
very
corruption
interesting. I think she has 2 different colored eyes. At least in this draft she does, so I don't know if that's a thing or not, but hey, could be.
We can take a look at the final design later.
Okay, I'll look forward to it.
Okay, so this is the preview for the light Vortex Arena, and the Light Vortex Arena will be coming on December.
Okay. Awesome. We'll look forward to it.
All right, so stick around for our next question and answer session by Shelly.
Yay. All right, guys, it's time for our Brave Answers, where you guys ask the questions and Risky answers them for you. And today we have a couple of interesting ones that I don't know that Risky actually wants to answer.
You know,
But, you know, the people ask and they shall receive, because we do try to please them as much as we can. So we're going to be as truthful as possible with you guys. Please don't take offense to anything that we say. As always, we're just trying to keep you informed. And well, here we go.
You know, I'm always trying to accept my fate, you know, being the representative of this BNC, because you know people will pitchfork me if we don't deliver.
Yeah.
So that's one of the things.
Yeah, I mean, but I think everybody should be more aware of how we operate by this point. I mean, when we promised you guys that Omni Nyami was coming and Omni Tridon was coming, yes, it took a long time for that to happen, but we didn't forget about it. We are not just completely, you know,
putting it aside.
Yeah, like we just have to work in a way that it works out for everyone, and that includes players as well as our team and our bosses. So we have to just kind of make everybody's like schedule fit perfectly, kind of like Legos, and so that, you know, so that it works out.
Sometimes it takes time.
Right. So just be patient. If we promised it would come, it will, like 99% of the time come. So just trust in us, believe in us, and keep supporting us. That way we can ensure that that 99% goes to 100%, and you guys can get what it is that you would like. So having said that, the first question, you know, we already gave them Omni Nyami and gave them Omni Tridon in the last episode. Already the comments are like, but where is Omni Allanon? They can't help themselves. It's like it's
immediate one,
reaction.
You know, like everything that is inside the, well, we did a polling in the past, you know, and you know, Nyami, Tridon, Allanon are in, and Xenia as well. Yeah. They are all in the top 5. So that's why, you know, people are like demanding.
Right. But you know, with time, guys, with time, because we just gave you something that we've been like working really hard to get you for like some time. Obviously, you know, by the next episode, we're not gonna be like, and here's Allanon, because that's not how the schedule works. We need time. Making these units takes a lot of time. There's like so many things involved. There's the storyline, there's the sprites, there's the animation, there's the design of the unit itself. There's, you know, the making sure that it fits with the balance of the game. There are so many steps and processes that go into it.
Not to forget that we are not just doing this unit, we are having a lot of events as well. Yeah.
Exactly.
So
please keep that in mind. Exactly.
Okay, anyway, the answer is yes, we are going to make the Omni Allanon. We know that you guys are pretty much looking forward for this, and we are trying to, you know, deliver it sometimes in 2018. You know, it's like
so next year,
1 year. So please be patient. You know, we are trying our best to bring it in 2018.
Yes.
So don't worry about it.
That's the short version, guys. So he's coming. We promise that he's coming, but it will be sometime next year, because you know, we're almost at the end of this year, and there are so many scheduled events already. You know, we always have our Halloween event, and there will most likely be a, you know, holidays event. So we have to focus on those, and then try to fit whatever else into the schedule, you know, after that. So.
All right.
All right. Well. At least it's a yes. At least it's not like, you know, Allanon doesn't deserve it or something, okay? We know that you guys want him, so we're going to work towards that. Question number 2 here. This was a very hot topic after our last video. A lot of people I saw in the comments were very upset by this particular decision. But the question is, why was Tridon made into a different unit and not directly evolvable from his 7-star form?
Right. I think it's kind of like a mixed reaction between users, because some users that you know that have Tridon, obviously they want an Omni upgrade directly from the current unit design. While you know, some people who doesn't have a chance to get him at all, because you know it's kind of harder to get the older unit now in the game. They're pretty happy because you know, like it's some kind of like trend that we follow from the Japanese version, which is you have to put an effort on the very hard trial or very difficult challenges to get the unit, and the unit will be worth the effort as well.
You get rewarded for the amount of effort you put into the game.
So that's you know, one of our consideration as well. The other reason was, you know, we want to revamp Tridon and update his skills and toolkit to make him like, you know, more kind of like a viable unit once again, because we understand, you know, our Tridon 7-star has a very controversial skill, which is our shield skills, and kind of like breaking some part of the game.
Yes.
On certain degree. Well, there are a lot of consideration on the team from the team as well regarding this matter. So you know, after you know a lot of discussion, they finally decided, okay, let's go with a completely new unit, but you know, it's like maybe probably slightly different design. It's not a continuation from the previous unit, but it is still something that you can use.
Right.
It's pretty useful.
Right. Okay. So the short version is in order to make Tridon more feasible as a unit in the game, because the older units are very hard to upgrade to the same level as the current units, because everything has to be based off of the skills that they already have. And you know, if we have to add these older units that have now an Omni evolution, like Behemoth that we discussed earlier, these are things that are coming from the Japanese version, and we are kind of obligated to put them in the game. That's all taken care from you know, the ALM side of things, and then we just you know, put it in the game because that is what we do. We just use all of that content for the global version as well. However, in the global version, with the units that we have created, we have more freedom in order to see where changes can be made and where improvements can be done. And so in this case, it was decided that Tridon would do much better for you guys as a brand new unit that anybody can get if you just beat that one trial. So that's that's the short version.
We have long disclaimer for this.
Yes.
But I mean, just to you know, to make it like for the global version, we have flexibility, and we are not limited to like, you know, having the unit going to the Omni directly from the unit itself. And sometimes they can be a separate Omni unit. So regarding that, we will make sure that, you know, every time we announce the unit, we make it clear to you guys that it is an upgrade for the existing unit or a completely new unit. And if it's a completely new unit, you know, usually we will make it like, you know, very different way from the previous unit. So there's always a way for you guys to get the unit. So don't
despair.
Don't despair. Don't worry about it.
And on to the last question, which has also been quite a popular one in the YouTube comments. And any updates on Challenge Arena? Because we haven't heard about it for a while.
Yeah,
it's been a while. I don't actually remember the last time that we talked about Challenge Arena on BNC. So
I guess we have to apologize again for this matter, because you know, I think last year we did mention that we want to aim for 2017, summer 2017, if I was not wrong.
You can't recall.
Guild coming, and you know, we have like a few bunch of new functions as well, like new game mode. So yeah, unfortunately, Challenge Arena will have to be pushed back a little bit. Now the developers, our developers, are like taking a look at it. Hopefully, after the holiday season this year, we will be able to evaluate the design changes and you know, amount of effort needed to bring this back. There were like things that you know, like players are not too satisfied regarding the Challenge Arena, but personally, I mean, for myself, I enjoyed Challenge Arena a lot. I mean, like it's the way for you to like strategize your unit. Give you the reason to, you know, level up a lot of units.
To use them all. Instead of having them just sit in your inventory.
Exactly. Instead of like, you know, maximizing your unit into like 12 or 18 units only.
Instead of having like 5 Xions in your squad, you actually have to use more than one different unit.
So it's really a good chance for you to like max out the unit, and we are still discussing it on our team. So, well, we can't promise anything
as
definite
as well, not as always, because I mean we promised Nyami, we promised Rinon, we promised Allanon. In this particular case, we can't actually promise them.
I mean, we just want to tell you guys that we are aware of your request, and the team is somewhat pressurized by the request as well. So they are going to keep you guys informed if there's any update regarding the transfer request. So,
so just stay tuned for that in the future sometime. Most likely, like Risky said, not this year. Not this year.
Short answers is not yet, but we are keeping that in our.
We have it right here. It's in here. Don't you worry. We have a mental note of it, and we're gonna revisit it when we can.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
Sometimes I have to like pick up Risky because he gets into this kind of like, oh man, but it's fine. It's fine. We're gonna be okay. Everything's gonna be okay. Everything's gonna work out.
All right. So.
All right, and we're gonna just move on straight on to our last corner, which is the Summoner's Corner. Let's take a look at some of the
interesting comments.
Yeah, interesting comments, or I guess interesting is the best way to describe them, because some of them I just don't know where you guys come up with this stuff. Like
they're
really,
just so random, like.
I mean, to say the least. I mean, let's look at this one first. Like D-Man 030. I'm just waiting until they notice my 030s. I don't know what this is. I think it's a kissy face.
Kissing face.
Yeah, but I don't know how to read that. How would you read that? Like kissy face?
It's like a duck face or something.
Oh, duck face. Okay, we noticed your duck face.
Yeah, here you go.
There you are.
You are in the Summoner's Corner now.
I don't know what else we can say to D-Man. D-Man Kissy Face, if that is your name. Sorry if we're saying this wrong, but we have noticed you. I like your little like Ezra icon. It was pretty cute there. All right, so that's one out of the way. The next one is Gyeon. Gaming channel. Sorry if I butchered your name. Finally, Gumi, you listen. Thank you for showing us Omni Tridon and Yami. And by the way, that's me, one of the people who wanted Tridon to get Omni in the comments. Yes, like we know. There wasn't just like one of you. It was like a multitude of people who wanted both Yami and Tridon very specifically.
Right.
And I understand that they're very, popular units, and that you guys can get both of them in Omni form. So it is good to see that there's some positive reactions to their Omni evolutions, as well as the controversial ones that we just discussed in the question and answer portion. So thank you, Yan Gaming Channel. Again, sorry if I butchered your name. Next one here is Fujino Ichinose. Can't believe you guys gonna give us Shion alt for free. I have never loved you guys this much.
Well,
another kissy face.
Well, we did ask, our Japanese colleagues.
Yes, well,
on that.
Let's be real. I went pretty much straight up to Takahashi-san, and I was just like, Takahashi-san, I think the global users would really like to have the alternate art for Shion and Zell Knight, even though they can't make it to the Brave Festival in Japan, because that was the way that you get them. You go to the festival, they have a special QR code that you have to scan, and once you scan it, it basically just sends the alternate art directly to your account. And obviously our global users, or most of them, because I met some of you, at least one person who was definitely a global user that came just for the Brave Festival, amongst other things, to like look around in Japan. So it was a pleasure to meet you. I'm sorry I can't remember your name, but I know we took pictures together and stuff like that. So hello, wherever you are. And I just asked, and Takahashi-san was gracious enough to be like, of course, it won't take much. Just do whatever you guys think it's best. The best way that you can think of to distribute them to the global players, and hopefully they can enjoy the alternate art too. So you guys have Takahashi-san to thank for that, for being so kind.
And Shali for asking.
You're welcome. You're welcome. I'm looking out for you guys. I'm always looking out for you guys. But honestly,
some good comments.
I just wanted the alternate art for myself, because it's Zell Knight and Shion, and they're
you're a sucker for Zell Knight.
My top two husbandos. So I was just being selfish. That's the reality of it. All right.
All right.
So you are most welcome, Fujino. And then the last one was just like, what are you guys thinking? And I had to bring it up because I'm gonna give you
I'm
some.
out of this.
Like,
I'm out of this. This is Charlie's part.
Like, I don't want any part of this. But this is by Kelvin Germ, or Germ, sorry. Is it only me or does Shali look like she's pregnant? I don't know if this is like a cute way to say that I look fat or like, I don't know what it is, but just a bit of advice whenever you're talking about a lady or any woman in your life. One of the top, like most rude things that you can say is, are you pregnant? You never know what that person is going through. They might have a big stomach because they have a tumor in there. They might have a stomach problem that is just, like really, really serious. And so that is like the last thing that you ever want to like ask a woman. Even if you're like 99% sure that she's pregnant, wait until she says something to like allude to that and then you can comment on it. I mean, I'm not trying to tell you how to live your life. This is just like honestly like life tips for you. But if you are like curious, I am not pregnant. Should I stand up to like,
you want?
Like, is that, do I look it?
Doesn't look like
maybe, like, I mean, I know I'm not the skinniest person in the world. I'm not trying to be or anything, but I'm definitely not pregnant. So I don't know.
Okay, Shali.
I don't know where you got this idea. I was just so mind blown. Like, what? Why does this even come up in the comments? This is like Brave Frontier. Like, it has nothing to do with that kind of stuff.
Well, but anyway.
Yeah, thanks for the laughs, because that is just like, I don't even know what to tell you guys. But yeah, Kelvin, hopefully that solves the mystery of whether I'm pregnant or not. It's just
guys,
so
sorry for the
silly.
random things.
Yeah, well,
but,
you know, we're 4 years into this game, 2 years into the show. I think it's okay to like cover things like that because I mean that's what the Summoner's Corner is after all. It's just like
it's just for
just for the lulz, just for the lulz.
Yeah, and I think just to add on top of this, I think the follow-up comment was whether Risky is okay. I look a bit skinnier. I'm totally fine. Don't worry.
He's okay.
I'm still healthy.
Yes, he's totally fine. He's better than ever. He's brand new. And we're just gonna keep bringing you guys what you want, hopefully. So please keep supporting the game. Leave your comments in the boxes below. Any questions for next episode as well. And you know, just try to enjoy yourself. Enjoy the game. We are on a very I don't know how to explain it, but we've been through so much together.
So much. Like,
you know, we've been through so much together, and we are in this kind of like home stretch before a huge change happens, you know, in the game and in our lives as players. So, you know, stick with us until the very end, whenever that may be, and hopefully a lot more fun stuff to come in the future. All right, so we'll see you guys on the next episode.
See you again.
Bye.